Hi everybody and welcome to day 9 of this 21 days Facebook video challenge. So what are we gonna talk about today? So this is day 9 and by this time it's almost like, I'm so sorry for the screen, I'm almost like so used to these videos that I just like throughout the day I go like, oh yeah, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to make this Facebook Live challenge work. And yes, I am still considering to have a fixed time for this so that a lot of people just know that this is the time when this is happening. A lot of people are sending me requests to do this on a fixed time so that they can plan themselves accordingly, and yes, I am considering that. It's just that I was so not a disciplined person, and 2019, the kind of choices I am making. Hi Pooja, how are you doing there? So 2019, the kind of choices I'm making, I am definitely getting present how much I was resisting discipline, and I got to embrace discipline. And there's not got to, there's like I choose to embrace discipline if that is what it takes for me to live the kind of life I choose to have. And right now I am participating, I am attending Global Foundation by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane Heer, who are the founder and co-founder of Access Consciousness. And there is a lot of shift I am experiencing in my own reality, and I just thought about sharing with all of the viewers the two things that are really happening in my space, two things that I'm introspecting. I can say I'm meditating on, because I usually meditate on questions. That's the technology I use to work on myself. So definitely one thing that I'm working on is that I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were actually working into what is not working in her life, and there's like so much of work she's doing, etc., etc. And then we started talking about the choice. What if choice outcreates the karma? Okay, I will. So yes, there are a lot of people who've been asking me to do Hindi videos. So this particular 21 days challenge is English challenge. Yet once I complete, this is the 9th day today, and after these 9 days are complete, I'm gonna take. After these 21 days are complete, I'm gonna take a fresh Facebook Live video challenge, which is going to be. Thank you so much, Pooja, which is going to be in Hindi. So please watch out for the next 21 days video challenge, which would be Hindi Facebook Live. How does it get even better? So coming to this thing, that are you really committed to your life? How many of us are just living for the sake of living? Are we truly committed to our life and living? And how about being in a question? What is being truly committed to your life like? And one very important aspect which is important for being committed to your life truly is being selfish. How much have been implanted in this reality to not be selfish? And how much do we keep ourselves or make ourselves as the last person in the row in our own life, because we don't want to be selfish. We just don't want to be judged as selfish. So just consider, is your life, will your life work better if you make yourself the priority of your life? How would your life be like if you make yourself the priority of your life? But because even if you want to contribute to the world, just consider this. I always wanted to be a contribution to the world. I always wanted to, to whatever I can do for masses. And I wasn't able to do it for a very long time till I started being committed to myself. Because as long as I was not committed to myself, I was doing things what others wanted me to do. I was, my whole time, all of my time would go into doing things for my parents-in-law, for my husband, for my sister, for my brother, like everybody in the world. And having said that, they are all wonderful people. Nobody actually even asked me to do everything I was doing for them. However, it is just that because I did not make myself and contributing the priority of my life, that gap got filled. Like if you do not create your life, your life will be created by default. So are you all living a created life, or are you all living a default life? Exactly. So, are you living a default life, or are you living a created life? And you may be at a phase in your life where nothing seems to be working, or things are not working the way you desire, etc., etc. So, everywhere you are hoping for a miracle to happen. Everywhere you are waiting for some Masiha or Guru or God or angel to show up and everything will be resolved without you moving your ass. Can we please let that go? It does not work out that way, guys. Like I remember when I was in school, our school motto used to be like, God help those God help those who help themselves. And I used to say, even God help those who help themselves. So even God help those who help themselves. So no motivational trainer, no healer, no guru, no coach, no one can help you until you commit to help yourself. I have clients who have come for my classes, and maybe like I have clients who have just seen my videos online, or there is one Facebook live that I did which was a full class of my money reality, like of how to become money workbook. And so I just announced a class, one person showed up, and I was like, okay, I want to do it for more people. And I just did it on Facebook. And I have so many people who have seen the whole video so many times, and they have just altered their money reality by just watching that video. So I am sure they must have been at a phase in their life where they were asking universe for something different to show up, where they were actually asking for a way, for a path, where they decided to be committed to themselves. And then that video showed up, and then they did the actions, they did whatever I asked them to do in that video, and their whole money reality shifted. They started making more money, they got better jobs, their husband got more money, whatever got created in their life. So what if you got to be committed to your life? And how committed are you to your life and living? So everywhere you are not, what would it take truly for you to be truly committed to your life? And even if it looks selfish to begin with, be selfish. I always say this thing, that what if making yourself the priority of your life is not being selfish? What if it's self-ishq? So everywhere you do not love yourself enough that it inspire people, can we please destroy and uncreate it? Can we let that go, please? Excellent. Now, so that is definitely one thing that I wanted to speak with you guys today about, truly being committed to your life. And then also, for a lot of us, what happens is we go like, I want something, but, and Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, says that only but you need in life is the one that you sit on. Right? And what you do when you use the word but, like grammatically what you're doing is, you say a wonderful line and then you use but. And everything you say after it, basically you put all your energies on everything you say after it. You make that real. That everything that you said after the but, you make that real. And everything you said before the but, you just destroyed it. It just doesn't work then. So just observe, what are you saying? What are you thinking? And that's what brings me to the second topic that I wanted to talk about today, which is how present you are in your own life. And this is exactly what Gary Douglas started the Global Foundation, which is a 4 days Access Consciousness program, which just changes your life. Like I facilitate a foundation class, and I have seen people's reality changing like crazy. I am a different person after my foundation class, and I give a lot of credit to that one class for this life that I am living today, it just shattered all the identities I had created for myself, and everything that I thought was stopping me from choosing my life fully, from living my life fully, for fulfilling what I would like to have, and all of that. And yeah, so he just started that class saying, how present are you in your own life? So, are we really present in our life? How many people on the planet are living their life just on an autopilot? You know, like a lot of people on the planet just wake up because it is the time and the alarm has rung, just get ready while there's this conversation happening in the head, and they're not really present to what kind of conversation happening. They are driving their way to the office, and there is the stereo is on, the radio is on, and they're not very present to what is actually happening in the what music, what advertisement, what conversation, what information they are in, they are receiving, they are implanting into themselves. And then everybody around talks about everything that is not really relevant to your own life, but you would still listen to it, and all of that is going into your head, and all of that is building up files into your subconscious. I won't even call it subconscious, into your magical mind. And how much is that impacting your real life? So how present are we in our own life, and what would it take for us to be more and more aware, more and more conscious, and more present in our life? And one thing, for a lot of us, we think to be present we have to sit down and meditate. We don't have to do that, guys. I do not meditate anymore. Yeah, I sometimes I dwell over a question, like I be a question, and I just keep being that question, and then I just let universe show me the ways to do it. And then another thing that happens is that, when we are not choosing truly, we are just living a default life. We've talked about that already. And we think that to be present, we have to sit down and meditate. And that's not truly being present. Is being present, what I think good question to be is, what would truly being present be like for me, and how present can I be in my own life? And how would your life be like when you are totally present in your life, and you go like, dude, my life, and how would I like my life to be like? Truly, guys, what would you like your life to be like? If it is nearly not what it is right now, what changes do you really need to make? And what if you actually take your own life as your first priority project? You know, what if this is the only life you have? What if there is no other life to live? And how would you like to live your life if this is the only life? Would you really bother about accumulating money? And there's no wrongness in that too. Would you really bother about pleasing people? There's no wrongness in that too. Yet would you choose all of that? What choices would you make if you're dying today? If you're dying next moment, would you bother about whatever you're really thinking or doing, since yours is right or wrong, good or bad? Or would you actually go ahead and do it? So what about making your own bucket list today? I remember today, I was just remembering in the morning that I used to have a catalog. I used to call it my Ask Diary, wherein I would just pick up pictures from the magazines and paste it into it. And I was surprised, like I just forgot about it and dumped it. And then I was surprised, years later I opened it up, and it had so many things that I had into it. I already have gotten it. Like I'm some of them I bought, some of them I were gifted, but I had a lot of stuff into it. So it may not sound logical, but this stuff work. It has worked in my life. I have seen making vision boards and being in question about what will it take for this to fulfill, what will it take for it to show up in my life, and things show up. So now the question is, whether you believe or not, whether you believe it works or not, it works whatever you believe. Like if you believe it doesn't work, so that be work. If you believe it would, is would you believe something that works for you? I mean, I always tell my client, don't buy what I'm saying. Just ask, will it work for me? Because if there are all kind of people on the planet and everything is not for everyone. The question is, what is it for you? You know, access or whatever, meditation, whatever, vision boards, anything. You got to find out. Be in the question, universe, show me the sign, show me somebody, send me somebody, and it does listen. Universe really has your back. And while you're sitting and complaining that nothing is working for you, everything is like whatever, I mean, it is just saying, okay, it has no point of view. So when you say कि मेरे साथ तो सब खराब ही होता है और मेरा कुछ नहीं बनता है, universe go like, okay, as you say, and वही होना शुरू हो जाता है. But when you be in that energy about everything is working all right for me and everything does work all right for me, and universe always might have my back, and even if I am in a situation which may look like blunder, what is right? Like yesterday I was sharing with you guys that we booked up an Airbnb and it didn't work, and we were just being in a question about what else is possible, and we have come together to watch the Global Foundation, and if we do not have internet, it doesn't work for us, and we just started being in question, and it was just like we just called up Airbnb and the host, and they canceled the entire booking. They gave us the refund, and we called up another friend whose house was available, and she had some work. She had to be at her parents' place, but her house was available, and we were like, okay, that's light. I mean, what if we don't have to use our head? What if we don't have to go into the point of view of this reality? And we were like, yeah, that's right. We can just take up her place, and I have done a lot of classes at her place, so I know there's no problem of internet, food, and everything. And we were so taken care of. I just adore her. She is such a caretaker. She just made sure everything was there for us just before we arrived. And we had such a smooth class yesterday, and we had a brilliant day since morning. And what else is possible, and how does it get even better? So what if we can just ask question and change the energy of the situation? And everywhere we were implanted, it cannot be that easy. Just because you believe that it cannot be that easy, it does not be that easy. What if life is supposed to be full of ease? So how much magic can you have by just asking and receiving? What energy, space, and consciousness would you like to be in? What would you like your life to be like? And yeah, so two things I think today that I mainly wanted to speak to you about. One, commit to your own life. Brother, father, sister, mother, husband, kids. What if everybody comes after you? What if you are the priority of your life? Truly you are actually, like you are the priority of your life, and everybody else comes after you. And how present are you in your life? We think that right now we got to rush through things because in this reality we are implanted that stress is important, and there is this adrenaline rush in our body, the stress hormones that gets created, which push us to create result. However, what if it's a lie, busted a lie. So what if that's the lie we bust today? That what if stress is not required? I have seen people who operate from peace and they create bigger magic from peace. So what can we create? There's a difference between excitement and stress. What if we can create better with excitement, with enthusiasm, with happiness, with joy, rather than being stressful and killing ourselves from doing it and bleeding all over the floor, etc., etc. So, and everywhere you were implanted that there are phases in your life where right now you have to go through stress of life to have the livelihood, to have the money, and then once all of this is over and your kids are settled, etc., etc., then you will leave this world, and not energetically, but you will go away to a retreat or gufas and jungles where it used to be. Everywhere all of that has been implanted into us through stories, that then you will sit down and meditate and be present in your life. Trust me guys, by that time it would be too late. If you there was this book called Tuesdays with Morris, and then there are a lot of other books which I read, but I don't remember them right now, which were about somebody asking people about the regrets they have or the learnings they have from their life, who were almost on the deathbed, and most of them have said that they regret that they do not take time for themselves while they were young. They regret that they did not take time for joy and happiness while they were young. So you will have the kind of life you choose to have. Joy does not take a lot of money. What if you choose joy every day? What if you choose you every day? So with that, I'm going to say bye-bye to you, because my third day of Global Foundation is starting very soon and I'm too excited for it. What more magic can I receive? And I wonder what the future has in its place for me. So thank you so much, everybody, for all your love, for all the questions that you have been sending me, and definitely the 21 days challenge in Hindi is coming up. One thing I wanted to share with you guys is that I'm going to start an online program of how to become money workbook. How to become money workbook is a workbook which was downloaded by Rasputin, who was a Russian monk, through Gary, who's the founder of Access Consciousness. That book has been instrumental in changing, I would say, altering money reality of so many people. And this was I don't know, I have done so many of them. I'm just going to complete one this Wednesday. And in this group itself, people have experienced magical shifts. People have experienced buying new houses, buying new offices, traveling abroad, traveling by air if they have never earlier, and all of that. So if you would like to have more awareness or more knowledge about the upcoming Alter Your Reality, the upcoming How to Become Money Workbook online program, so there are going to be 5 Zoom calls and WhatsApp group and all of that stuff that we're going to be doing it. So if you want to know more about it, please send me a message, and I will contact you, or probably somebody from my team will contact you. And please let me know if you have any questions, anything you would like to ask me, or if you're not from Delhi, even if you're from Delhi, if you would like me to come to your city and do my classes and courses, just let me know. I just wonder how much magic can we create together, and how does it get even better. So thank you so much. And I'm just wondering, there are a lot of people that looks like watching it, but there's nobody. So is anybody seeing me out there? Am I just talking to myself? Thank you so much, Aman, for your message. And cool. So with that, I'm going to say bye-bye to you, and I'm going to prepare for my upcoming classes and lot of magic. Thank you so much for all your love, and what more magic. I truly wake up every day asking, what contribution can I be to the planet today? And I wonder, what contribution am I being to the planet now? Thank you so much for all your love and blessings. Bye-bye.